Hey, it's Juan. Welcome to the September issue of your VMSA SITREP. We are at the DS&J PPMD offsite and had a great opportunity to share a little bit about the story of Managing Director, Air Force General, BG, three-star Lieutenant General, and career F-16 driver before shifting domains and going into becoming a cyber expert, Chris Wegman, call sign Wedge. Wedge, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks. Glad to be here, Juan.
You got a really cool story. I think this is fair to say, no real family history. You thought you were going to be a flight doc, and all of a sudden, hey, I can fly this thing full time.
Yeah.
Talk us through that.
Yeah, so I kind of always had a calling to serve my country. I'm a patriot. You cut me, I bleed red, white, blue. And so I didn't have a strong military background in my family, actually none. But when I was at Purdue, I'm going to join the Air Force and initially be a flight doc and all that. And then I learned that I could actually be qualified to compete to be a pilot. So I had a professor of aerospace science, colonel, who ran our detachment that was a career Vietnam era fighter pilot. So just a great mentor. And he inspired me deeply to go into that. So I went in, I flew F-16s for about 26 years total, 4 combat tours. I had the honor and privilege of leading our men and women to war twice as a squadron commander. And then when I made Brigadier General, the Chief of Staff at the time, Mark Wells, said, hey, I need someone that can operationalize cyber as a warfighting domain. And he picked me. And so I spent my last 9 years as a senior general officer doing that. Ultimately ended up commanding Air Force's cyber, and then in my last tour helping put together a 16th Air Force, which was the Air Force. It was actually DoD's first information warfare clinic. And so I'm a multi-domain warfighter, and it was a great 34 years for me.
What an awesome career. I'll break it down a little bit. Yeah. So you went in thinking you're going to be a flight doc, and you became a pilot. Because every pilot's job is to defeat the flight doc.
That's right.
Keep you on
right.
trick it.
Yeah. That's so true.
Right. Share a little bit about the flight, man. 45 degrees and the side stick and that whole experience.
Well, the F-16 is great. I mean, it's the most ubiquitous fighter in the inventory still today. It's a small, very agile airplane. It is a younger man's sport to fly. It's a very physically demanding regime, 9 Gs, pretty much in any flight regime. Obviously in a combat load it's a lot less, but big, all dome cockpit without any canopy rail in it, so phenomenal. And I got to fly in combat, all sorts of sorties and employment modes, and so it's fast on the deck. It turns really well. It needs a lot of gas, so shout out to any of my tanker crew and tanker pilots out there. Thank you for all the gas that you passed to me along the way. But I'm glad I got to. A lot of people ask me, do I miss flying the F-16? On a day like today, 100% would love to go out there and get a sortie. But when it's snowing sideways,
right,
I don't miss that, right, because the autopilot goes off as soon as you put the gear down, so it's not like there's no coupling of approaches. But the F-16 was my office for a long time, almost 3,000 hours, and it kept me safe. It did what our nation asked of us all the time, and it's still out there as our most prolific fighter workforce in the Air Force. So, workhorse.
Yeah. Chris, I know you've mentored a lot of our vet community. You're based out of Nashville.
Yeah, I am. Just Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Hendersonville.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to be open to any of our folks making this transition. It could be awkward, right? Especially if you've been in a uniform since you were 17 or 18. Yeah. I'd love it if we could steer folks to you for questions or thoughts or bounce things off.
Be my honor. I'd love to do that.
Here's your chances to speak with a war-tested 3-star pilot. It's pretty cool. Chris, we always wrap up by saying it's an incredible career, and you laterally transferred in as a managing director, have a great role now. But at some level, there's got to be a little bit of regret that you didn't go Navy. Talk to us about that.
No, I have no regrets, but I do have a strong appreciation and nothing but extreme respect for any of those who wear the uniform and serve our country and take an oath. So I love my sailors. I got to spend some time in a carrier. I have plenty of people all the way up to CAG and carrier strike group commanders. A lot of naval aviators are friends of mine, and we all rib each other, and it's great. The Navy flew the F-16, the F-16N.
Adversary.
Yeah, and they flew them so hard. It's the only people that actually bent.
Really?
They bent their F-16s because they pulled more than 9 Gs so many times that they literally, I think they're all in the boneyard now.
I love
waiting for the next service to get them.
Perfect way to wrap. Wedge,
Yeah, thanks,
General,
Juan.
thanks for the time.
My pleasure.
Thanks for your work. Glad to get to work with you.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Perfect.